Okay. Have you ever stood in your living room at like, oh, I don't know, 9 o'clock, trying to validate your, oh, I don't know, 11-year-old's objections about turning off the TV, only to turn around, look at the clock, and realize that you've been arguing for 45 minutes? It always plays out like this courtroom drama. They present their case, you offer empathy, then they use your empathy to find some sort of loophole, then suddenly you're in a witness stand defending why a standard household rule even exists. If you're trapped in this cycle, it's not because your boundaries are weak. I know mine are not. It's because your learner is trying to actively understand where the boundary actually is, why it's there, and whether or not it's negotiable. Now, if you've been in this loop, you know what the real trap is. It's when you respond to this endless, repetitive validation in the heat of the moment, and what you're actually doing is you're accidentally signaling that the rule is open for negotiation. You step into this validation loop, and today we're going to be breaking down behavioral mechanics of why this happens and why the standard scripts, modern parenting scripts right now, keeps the debate alive, and the 3-step roadmap to give you clarity without that courtroom battle. Let's first look at the psychology of how preteens test those boundaries. And what I want you to know is that, like, if validation in general is not bad, it's that intense validation, because emotional intensity mimics deep intimacy. And when a preteen pushes back on a minor rule and you respond with this endless, micro validated empathy, you're actually creating kind of like an insular bubble. And inside that bubble, the child has your absolute undivided, hyper attuned attention. And to their analytical brain, this intense conversational engagement looks like kind of a negotiation phase. Their brain registers at a hidden lesson. Because we're talking about this so intensely, the line must be a little murky. And if I keep presenting my arguments, eventually I'm going to find that bending point. And unfortunately, when we stay in this loop, we're not helping them process the emotion. We're actually making them stay stuck in it. They can't move past it. I'm accidentally training my child to stay stuck in the conflict because I'm treating the fixed boundary essentially like an open forum. I'm rewarding this rehearsal of a debate and I'm normalizing it. It's almost like I'm now going to treat it as like a washing machine. I'm in the spin cycle and we just keep going in circles. And if I was realistic about it, the textbook parenting language we've been taught to use, it feels kind of fake. It feels forced, right? When you use this forced scripted language like, I hear you, or you're really disappointed because you wish you could watch more of a TV show, your learner smells that manipulation immediately. It sounds like a customer service representative reading from a script, like a how to calm down an angry caller. And they know that you don't actually care about this existential grief over the television show that they're experiencing right now. You just want compliance. And true validation belongs in genuine crisis, right? Like grief, fear, real exclusion. And when a kid just is annoyed about a bedtime, they're experiencing normal, everyday frustration. Treating a routine boundary like a tragedy overinflates the problem. It provides a controversial leverage that they're using to test the line and keeps the debate going. You need to trade in this fake scripted language for direct reality. And if you've made it this far, I think now you want to talk to the roadmap. Like, okay, Alicia, let's get to it. What do I need to do? Where's the clarity coming from? The blunt reality. And I'm not kidding, like state the rule, the exact reason why it exists up front, zero apologies, zero room for interpretation. Instead of, I need the TV off now because your brain needs to kind of like unwind before we go to sleep, honey, say this. TV needs to come off. It's bedtime. Next, we're going to do more of kind of like a plain English pivot when they snap back with their courtroom argument to test the line to see if it's negotiable. This is unfair. Why can't I just finish it? Do not debate the logic. Just state the plain truth of the situation. I know you don't want to. I wouldn't want to either, but it's still time to turn off the TV. Here, I'm acknowledging the reality. They're annoyed that the boundary is firm. And both things can be true at the same time. I can be answering their question, no, it's not negotiable tonight. but I can still have empathy by demonstrating this is something that we're going to be talking about tomorrow, not something that I have to hash out with you right now. And if I use that peacetime bridge, I could use that when they try to pull me back into the court to see if my rule's really going to bend. I'm going to exit that conflict, but I'm going to open a strategic window to discuss that logic later. Once you deliver that line, you have to physically walk away. Understand, there is a massive difference between a dominating power trip and a respectful boundary. A dominating walk away is punitive and it's aggressive, and it sounds like something like this, like, we're not talking about it anymore, I'm done, followed by, like, slam doors, dishes, all the things. That's designed to punish, reject, and use fear to force compliance. What we want to do is more of like a peacetime bridge. It's the exact opposite. You aren't cutting them off out of anger or dismissing their desire to understand. You're explicitly stating, I see you, I hear you, and your input and your questions matter enough that I want to be able to discuss them tomorrow when we can actually hear each other. You're ending the conflict and not the relationship. By moving the conflict, by moving the conversation, by moving the conversation till tomorrow, you wait until their nervous system and my nervous system, our nervous system, has completely reset. The TV is already off, the deadline has passed, and there's nothing left to negotiate in that exact moment. You prove that you aren't shutting down their intellect, right? You just refuse to let a bedtime transition turn into a boardroom meeting. Stop climbing into this spin cycle and treat them like they're mature enough to handle the direct reality, and leave accountability for their next choice entirely on their shoulders. If you're ready to close that courtroom door, drop like a little stop sign. I'll put the picture somewhere. Also, let me know that if you want to talk about what that next morning conversation should look like, maybe let me know that in the next comments, and I'll see you in the next video.